everyone, and welcome back to Tracy Trans Gaming. This is Planetbase episode 3, and as we mentioned last time, I'm going to try focusing on getting robots up, and also just try to collect more resources, because I am beginning to run a little bit low, and you need a bunch of resources in order to advance further, because I need to be able to make, like, I need to make another canteen, I need to make more barracks, or dorms. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I need to make. However, this video, besides it being the third, is also kind of a test. I've been working a lot on settings and seeing if I can be able to maximize results out of my recording to make them seem better. And I've also taken some people's considerations. I had a couple of people tell me that my image is where the icons are, so people are unable to see what I'm doing, and they also state that the music volume and the game volume were a little bit too loud. So I've taken all of this into consideration, and I've toned a lot of the things down. Also, my voice is kind of horrible. Nobody made any comments on this, but I feel like I have a problem with digital media. In person, I sound just fine. But anything electronical, telephones, recordings, Skype, anything digital, I sound absolutely horrible. So I decided I'm not going to continue to keep pushing my voice, because I was actually beginning to get sore throats, and that was actually beginning to hurt quite a bit. I am going to just sort of let it flow. Eventually I would like to go, as I said, there's not a lot of things that I want to talk about with me being myself. If anybody has any questions, they can ask. But one of the things I do want to get changed with myself is I want to have something done with my voice. Because I've been transgender for 8 years, I've done lots of voice training and other such things, and my voice just can't reach a decent register to sound fine. So I guess everybody is in their own way. So this is just the way my voice is. So I'm going to start using my normal panned voice. I'm also getting a lot less nervous being on YouTube. So I've been actually able to... Soon I'll be able to get a lot more expressive. Because in my first few videos, I was trying to find myself. And I am a person who's socially awkward. I don't get out a lot, and I don't do a lot of things with people in public. So this entire thing of being put in front of a camera and having other people watching me and, in a way, judging me, because they're all looking for good entertainment and stuff, and it's the community that builds you. And I understand this fully, and I want to try putting the best performance out as possible. So going from somebody who is not very sociable to somebody who is trying to be a person of a community is a little bit difficult. I have been having a little bit of personal troubles with it, but at the same time I'm very excited. This channel's not going to die anytime soon, because I just like the entire making videos, putting it up. It gives me something to do. It lets me interact with people outside of my bubble, which is my house. So I hope that everybody is going to continue to enjoy my videos and keep the suggestions coming. Ooh, yellow alert. And any suggestions that you guys can come up with is very, very much useful, because I want this to be a great channel. I like to put my all in everything that I do. Ever since I started this channel about a week ago. I mean, it states that it's been around a lot longer, but technically I had a secondary channel that has been just sort of sitting around collecting rust and dust and mold and mildew. I decided to do something with it. I was going to delete it, and it's like, no, I could actually turn that into a gaming channel. Why not? So I decided to just do that with this. So this channel actually has been in this current capacity for only about a week now. And the entire time that I have been working on this channel, I have literally been working on this channel. I have been, because I've had no knowledge on screen capture software or using my video cam in the type of manner that is here, or, you know, dealing with all the different websites and stuff like that. So I've been slowly growing and slowly learning, and I thank you all for being very patient with me, because it is a learning experience. Some people are more natural to it than others, but I think every YouTuber has, especially at the very beginning, they got their nervousness and they've got their own issues. I'm not going to state a lot of big names and stuff because it's kind of pointless. All you got to do is really look at them. You just really have to go to their channel, go to their very beginning videos, go back as far as you can, and you'll probably notice that they were all kind of shy. They may have all been using some sort of crappy webcam. They might have been really... In other words, everybody has done errors and mistakes and problems. And it's sort of a typical thing. And I thank the community for being able to be understanding and to be a part of this. I guess it's an adventure. At least for me it is. Oh, that's done. Well, since this is going to be mostly a harvest and gather episode, I'm going to talk about... Honestly, I want to do something crazy. This may make or break me, but before I continue on with my little conversation, I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to connect this here. And I'm going to put in another canteen here. And I'm doing this for a very specific reason. I want my food to start filtering down. I'm producing a ton of food, but it's going absolutely nowhere. Well, I might as well take time to discuss what I'm planning on doing for the future. I'm thinking about starting an Unturned series. Now, a lot of you may be scratching your head and going, why exactly are you doing Unturned? It seems kind of childish. But one thing is don't let it deceive you. It has all of the mechanics of a standard, pretty difficult game. And there's actually a lot more to it than what meets the eye. And then, actually, you know what? Cancel that. I need to build more solar panels and stuff. Because when you start going into a power failure mode and all that other stuff, you start going down a very negative rabbit hole that you really don't want to be a part of. Okay, so that should be a little bit more power to help me get topped off. Oh, that's right. Oh, never mind. I'll let them do that. But... where was I? Oh yes, Unturned. I'm planning on doing Unturned because it's rather fun, and I believe that I can have a lot of fun while doing it. I sort of compare it a little bit, I know this is going to sound insane, to 7 Days to Die a little bit. Even though you can't really dig into the ground, and it may not have all the features of 7 Days to Die, it has the same survival-esque and taking care of your hunger and your thirst, and it can get pretty wild, so... it's kind of fun, it's kind of cutesy, it's interesting to play, so that's what I think I'm probably going to do next, is I want to start Unturned, and I want to start that rather soon. And I'm actually going to start doing some collabs soon. I got a couple of people. One of them has a YouTube channel, and the other one does not. I'm not going to go too much on them until I get the okay that it's alright for me to actually talk about them. So, yeah. And... well, I think I covered most of the basics involving all of that. Where the channel's going to go, what I'm planning on doing with it. Well, there is one more thing that I plan on doing. There are some games that I'm going to want to play, like Pathologic, and of course Pathologic Classic HD. There is a difference between the two. There is a new Pathologic coming out soon, and I do plan on getting it. I am fully intent on getting it. but I have a feeling I should possibly do those without webcam. And the reason why, or cam in general, and the reason why I want to do that... You know what? I think I need windmills. Yeah, I'm going to make everybody's day a little bit more hectic and put in windmills. Strike that order. Reverse it. There we go. You go do windmills. Go, 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 go. Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to do cam for those type of videos because I want to let the people focus more on the game and the environment and the way it feels. Like with a game with this, it's not that bad. Same thing with Plague Inc., it's not that bad. And with a bunch of other games, it's not that bad. But whenever I see a game that's really, really good, that has a very heavy story-driven system, I believe that it's better to focus on that story instead of putting my cam up. So expect me to do that. And also, as I said, my voice is not the greatest. And I can be able to throw out several different ranges. So in a game like Pathologic, that there is a lot of reading involved, I might actually throw my voice around a little bit and try to get in character with different people. I'm going to have to experiment with that, though. I don't want to ruin it or possibly destroy other people's image and vision of what the character should sound like. So I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that or not, but it's an idea. It's something that I have been sort of mulling around for a little while. And I need to build another thing over here. Well, it looks like today is a power issue, guy. I forgot about this. In order for me to do anything, I need a lot of power. So yes, this is my bad. So this episode is about harvesting some items, but it's also about power upkeep, and I guess talking a lot about the channel. Because these guys really, really need power, or else I'm going absolutely nowhere. And my robots are breaking down. My robots! That's not any good. If I could afford a robot repair bay... If I could afford a robot repair bay, I'd definitely get it. Yes, 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 I know, power is low. And I think I'm beginning to understand why. Well, at least this time I didn't crash. Yay, go me! I do apologize for moving around a lot with this one, with this game. I like looking at all the people and watching them do stuff and having a daily life. Oh, you broke your leg or something. Be more careful next time. Oh, wow! There's 2 people hurt. You know what? That prompts me to build another bed. Because I think it's important. Oh! Yeah, get out of there. Let me process stuff. And why you no get built? Oh. So much for collecting more resources. Okay, now, while I'm apparently taking this episode to talk about things and to do various different things, I am going to show some things that you guys have not seen before. Yay! Because my face has been covering it the entire time. This is your build button. This is for exterior structures. This is where I'm pulling up the solar panels, the windmills, and all the other useful fun junk. And this is for your interior structures. The interior structures being the oxygen, the cafeteria, or the canteen, as I said. I'm always going to call it a cafeteria for some unknown reason. Excuse me. And that's where you pull up all of the interiors. When you click on a building and you want to add stuff, this button right here, edit the contents of the structure. When you click on this will give you an options of what can go into said structure. And there's also the ability of recycling. If you are at an end chain, like this one, this one, this one, anything that's at the end of something, you can recycle it. I'm not going to do that, but you actually kind of watched me do that down here with this one. I recycled this one. That's how you do that. Oh. This button right here designates if something should be prioritized or not. This is your base management. Extremely important. This tells you your power grid, how much power you're producing, and how much power you're storing, where your water is. Ooh, speaking of water, I need to make more. Tells you how much oxygen and how many people you can be able to support. However, this is kind of baseline. I don't believe this. I think it's lying to me. Because as I said before, certain buildings require more oxygen. Like, let's say I had a dorm, a cafeteria, and a bar all connected together. If they don't have oxygen attached to at least one of these, it's going to run out of oxygen. So not only do the oxygen support the number of people inside a structure, but they also support the actual building themselves. It's like a number of people inside a structure plus the number of people inside the entire base. So in other words, even if I had all the oxygen sorted out absolutely perfectly and I could balance everybody out, if I have more than 52 people, they'll start dying of oxygen. So you got to be very, very careful about this. You also have the ability of disabling and enabling your power grid, which can sometimes be very, very bad. The landing permissions, this allows me to choose who can come to my base, and if I choose something like, let's say, colonists, I can choose a number of, or a percentage of how many colonists I want to have dropped off. It sort of focuses on their base composition that way. This is your security panel. Yellow alert is letting you, that's for mostly storms. Well, let me mouse over it. When the base is in yellow alert, all colonists will stay indoors, medics and guards will stay on duty for longer. Red alert, all colonists will stay indoors, medics and guards will stay on duty for longer, colonists will fight enemies by any means necessary. In other words, this is for when you are actually being invaded by somebody, and this one is when you are dealing with a natural disaster, like sandstorms, or if I was playing on the ice planet, blizzards, and, you know, things like that. Then you have manufacturing limits. Manufacturing limits cover how much your base is allowed to build. I think I touched on this very, very basic, but you don't want your people building spares all day long, because if you just overload with spares, you're never going to have any metal or plastics to work with. Same thing with semiconductors. You would never be able to have any other resources if you just had all this max. Medical supplies, that requires bioplastics. Oh, speaking of a great example. There we go. Security control activated. Everybody will stay inside. This is your techs. Your techs are the things that you have. You can buy these from traders, and they're actually very, very useful. Like your mega collector patent. It's like twice the size of these things, and it carries a ton more. And there is the only way you can get your other bots, like your constructor bots, your driller bots, is of course by buying them. And then there is Goliath turbine, colossal solar panel, super extractor patent, yada yada yada. The techs are kind of important because they advance you, and they're also an achievement, which we're going to cover next. Your achievements: Sentry, that's getting 100 players or more. Robotization is 10 or more bots. Powermonger, 500 kilowatts of power. Megalomania, build a monolith. Technocracy, acquire 10 techs. Consolidation, reach population 300. So in other words, when you get each one of these, that's when I started, when you notice when I was going to start a new game a while ago, they had the desert planet and the ice planet and another couple of planets. If you notice I had a bunch of blue bars ticked, that's these right here. These blue bars are what's the achievements of the planet that you've been in. Then you have the most important, or at least what I sort of deem as the, turn off yellow alert. turn off yellow alert. Thank you. This will tell you how much is being produced. Ooh. Right now I'm even keel. I'm making this much, and it doesn't seem like it's actually actually, it might be dropping. Oh yes, that's dropping severely. This is your production. However, it does not exactly go the overall means of how much you actually have. Now, if I click on this, this will tell me how many meals I have. But at the same exact time, this is more of a production chart. It's not really telling me the full truth. If I click on this, it'll tell me I've got 88 vegetables, 90 meats. It tells you all of your resources, including spare and free resources. And also, this part's extremely important, the status of your colony. Several things can affect the status of your colony, such as if people are being overworked, or yeah, there's a lot. Fix him! What are you doing? He's yellow. You're being lazy. How dare you? Oh well. Well, going back to the processing aspect again. Turned off the mine. Processed. I believe I probably processed everything. No, I did not. Oh, I need more storage. I need more storage. Okay, so I got that built. I need to build more storage, but I think what I could possibly do is instead of building storage, I can build a cafeteria. No, storage. I have decided. Come on, you had it ticked for a moment there. There we go. Storage. Connect. And everybody's fast forward, so they can go. Run, run, run. What are you two doing? Oh. When you run out of storage, it makes it very hard to continue to keep on processing stuff. So, might as well build another storage so I can make more storage so I can process stuff and just put it in yet storage. Okay, I'm still waiting for one more of those. Do I have one more? Yes, I do. And Mr. Robot broke down. The very same robot that that other person was supposed to fix but did not. Because he was being lazy. See what happens when you're being lazy? You got more work to do. I see you. Wait. No, you're not the person. Where are you? Yay! Okay, make the connection. What? It broke. Engineers, you have work to do. Yes, you, get over there. Things will break down and stay perma-broke. That is something that will happen. And that's the reason why you gotta make constant supplies. These are like long-lasting med kits, is the best way to describe them. They will break down eventually, and when they do break down, yeah, they are broken. There's not much you can do about it. Well, I managed to get more storage built today. This has been a very slow episode so far. So, I'm going to let it go a little bit longer so I can be able to actually build a canteen. If I can afford a canteen. Can I afford a canteen? I might actually do more processing off of camera. I haven't decided yet. Because this episode has been a decent episode to explain things with the game, but also explain things with the channel. But at the same exact time... waiting for them to do all these... You missed. Good. waiting for them to do all of this is a little bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, so all of you guys are gonna run around like chickens with your head chopped off. I think I'm actually gonna queue that up. This might be a very bad idea. Out of parts, huh? Let me see if there's anything I can do about it. Probably not. Okay. Yes, I know, we're out of parts. Actually, no, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. If you run out of parts and you can't repair your stuff, and this stuff breaks down, your base will lose power because of it. And if your base loses, like, permapower, everybody dies. Lack of oxygen, lack of food, lack of... you name it, you pretty much get lack of it and everybody dies. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to go into this, and I'm going to hit this, and I'm going to go like this, and then I'll just wait for a trader to come. We has more than enough food. And medical supplies. Actually, no. We're a little low on medical supplies. I think. Are we? 4. I'll sell 2 of them for some parts. Two pieces of metal still pending. Now, how is the mood of my people? Excellent. Good. And by the way, that is never going to stay permanent either. That's going to drop like a rock from time to time. All it takes is one slip up, and sometimes it's irreversible. Well, I sort of saw that coming. Ugh. Of course you'd break irreversibly. You guys were useful. I salute you. But now you died. So sad. I don't need plastic, I need metal. Don't just tap it and walk away. What are you doing? Oh. Well. That is apparently what you're doing. Ooh, trader, 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 trader. Parts? Parts? Anybody got parts? Do you have parts? No. He has a robot? I can't afford a robot. Bye-bye. Okay, so now what we're waiting for is we're waiting for somebody to tap a piece of metal in. I wish there was like slave labor settings so I can just go, hey you're gonna work, and you're not gonna stop working until you're done. But no. Be like ultra cruel. You're going to die at this machine. Ooh, parts. Ooh. Echo boom. Oh, he's done already. Okay. I was having fun watching that. There's just something about seeing the lives of everybody and how they function. And I'm still waiting for one piece of metal. And I know there's metal to be processed. I think. Is there no metal to be processed? Okay, apparently we're out of metal. That's the reason why you keep an eye on this thing. Yep, no metals. That probably explains why I'm not making anything. Spare parts gone again. Absolutely lovely. Ooh, metal. Metal. And here comes the sacred metal. Process it. I've been waiting for forever. So you walk away. They get changed fast, though. And they get unchanged rather fast, too. Speedo suits. Processing, processing. Yes, I know I'm out of parts. Ooh, she has parts? No. Bye-bye. Oh, come on! Just a little bit more and you can be able to build it. Yes, I know we don't have any spare parts. Not the other one. You were working on this one. Depressing. Okay, now work on it. No. Stop. I want to complete that. And it's almost done. Can somebody get that, please? Thank you. Really? Really? What was I even built? Oh, I was building a canteen. It was so like I forgot what I was even doing. Yes, I know, spare parts are gone. Actually, no. Let somebody work on that. Yay! Are you finally going to do it? Is it finally going to get built? Yay! But now we gotta wait for an engineer. Isn't that going to be lovely? Well, I think as soon as this gets built, I'm probably going to end the episode. Yes, I know. Lacking of spare parts. Speaking of which, how is everybody's mood? Still excellent. Now, back to your slave labor. Yay! Well, you're a little late now. And you have spare parts. How much do you cost? I'll buy one. Just a top up. Can I get a penny? No. Fine. Be that way. I'll take a spare part. Well, this episode I know did not have a lot to it, but we did manage to get ourselves a bit further, and I managed to get an extra storage built, and as you see, I got way too much food laying around. We are literally a grocery store. But before we go, that is something that is actually a very valid point. If you designate too many people to take items to a shuttlecraft or a trader, you run into the problem of everybody else starving. I mentioned that, I believe, an episode or two ago. So that is a problem. And the problem with food is they're only worth 5. medical kits are worth 25, and a bunch of other items are worth even more. So, the biggest problem that we are looking at... Oh, crap. I better have medical kits left over. Yes, I do. Good. However, this is going to have to start going on overdrive. It is on overdrive. Well, you guys better get to work then, don't you? But, anyway, now since this is constructed, I think that this will probably be the end of this episode. I want to thank the community once again for sticking around and supporting me with advice and tips, and I'm hoping that more people can give me more advice and more tips as we go along. And I am very grateful for everybody liking and subscribing, and if you do like my videos, please like and subscribe and share it with others. Thank you, and have a good day!